We are CEOs, executives, educators, and professionals from all sectors of society who support the global expansion of betterment in the world through joy and JOYELY. I'm your host, Sheryl Lynn, founder of the Chair of Joy Experience. Together, we have developed the World Council of Joy, and our council invites CEOs and innovators from impactful organizations to the JOYELY podcast. We showcase how generous, bold, and fully engaged they are in their work and what a culture of joy is to them.
Keith Larson, I'm the CFO and Chief Business Officer of AllHealth Network. We're about 500 employees, 20,000 clients, and we focus in on the substance use, behavioral health, and mental health issues. I'm also a principal consultant for Mission Field, and Mission Field helps Fortune 500 companies get their new products developed and into the market and tested in the market. Successful moments in my life, when I worked for Synveo, we did a really big project with American Express, and we put in $90 million of new revenue into the organization. But to me, joy, there's two sides of joy, your professional life and your personal life, and they kind of mesh together. So it's all part of one Keith Larson, that's for sure. I grew up in a really poor area, very labor intensive. My father worked at Hormel meat packers and took intestines out of pigs. So I didn't really know the professional world, and I think I always felt like I could do more than what I grew up with. And as I became more and more successful, I think I was able to influence and help more people, and I think that brings joy, bringing helping my family and extended family, as well as helping people at work. I get a lot of pleasure out of that. I'm an engineer by training, but I get much more pleasure out of being with people and helping people be successful. I'm a runner, and I think I do meditate, if you will, doing running. I did the Boston Marathon about 10 years ago, and so I'm very involved in the running, less and less as I get older and older, right? Yeah, I think I do meditate in that. I have a grandson that's 4 years old now, and the first thing he does when he comes in the house is, "Grandpa, you want to wrestle?" And he likes to, he's a young boy at a great age, and he wants to take me down, So that's a lot of joy. Right. I came to AllHealth Network to help them fix their finances, and we've turned that around. I've been there about 6 years and helping them. I do a lot of other things, but I get the most pleasure out of helping that because they're helping clients to be successful. And when we first went there, they called the corporate group the Pink Palace. And a couple weeks ago, we got our third year in a row of being a top place in Denver to work. So that gives me a lot of joy to help be a part of the executive team that has taken it from really problematic to a top place to work. As an engineer, you think you get your joy out of developing things, and that's great, or the technical side of the business, but the real joy in life comes from people and helping people, being compassionate, and helping them to be successful. I think even with my family, it's much more joyful for me to see them to be successful and the people at work than it is to be, and if you're a CEO, you're responsible for hundreds, thousands of people, and to see that whole organization be successful is great, but to see the people in that organization, reach their potential, that brings me a lot of joy, and I'm sure it does for a lot of people. Yeah. The hard part is to carve out the time for it and make sure that happens, because, like all busy executives, we're always doing something, and there's always somebody knocking on the door calling. Yeah, that'd be great, but I might have to, now that COVID is kind of being more under control, I might have to take my Chair Joy into work with me so that I can do it from my office. I think it's a fundamental issue. I think we all get too serious about what we do. I like to laugh, I like to be engaged with people, and now I think, you're so careful about what you say and how you say it, and you're so sensitive about everything, that I think a little joy and a little humor at work would be a lot better for people, a lot better. Start off a meeting with something like that would be great. Well, I think it's fun to talk about how you can fulfill yourself better. I think it's fun and it's energizing to talk to other people that have different concepts. So to me, the Chair Joy would be a great way to, get people to relax a little bit, to really find out a little bit more about what's important to them and how they can maybe help other people. Right now we're just overwhelmed with the amount of people that need help now. I mean, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts. We have a hospital too that has 32 beds in it, and those are for people that have severe and persistent mental illness. So there is a need to take care of our clinicians the same way they take care of their clients. I am a support person. I support the clinicians, and the docs and the nurses. Make sure they get paid right, make sure they have good facilities and computers. But, they're the ones that really, do the hard work. They do the heavy lifting. So helping them in any way possible would be great. I think we learned over this last year what's really important to yourself and to your organization. And I continue to look for ways that I can help other people better. And being more joyful is a great way to help other people. It's just a wonderful way. And I think what happens is when you put energy into your organization, into the people in your organization, I think it's going to come out in better productivity, less absenteeism, less turnover. So I guess my point is why not try? Why not just give it a shot and see if it makes a difference? I don't see any risk at all.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.